Right then, this is Sharky from SHAR-KADE. So today we have our 4-player control panel and pedestal. This is one of our 2-in-1 kits. The control panel itself can be removed from the pedestal, so you can sit it down on a coffee table and sit on your sofa in front of your TV and play. This is a fully plug and play kit. So inside this unit is a high-end gaming PC. It has a Ryzen 5 CPU, 16 gig of DDR4 Ram, a 256 gig M.2 SSD and an RTX 3060 graphics card. This unit is one of our 32 terabyte Hyperspin builds. So inside this unit it has two 16 terabyte hard drives loaded full of games, including all your arcade retro classics, your retro consoles, and a ton of next-gen games. Now then, on this unit there is 4 official Sanwa sticks. The customers went with the official Sanwa buttons as well. We have a curved button layout on this unit. We also have the trackball. Inside is also an 8-way gate switcher, which we have a button on there for. All the artwork and everything is designed by me. I've enhanced all the imagery that's on this to the highest possible quality, which I'll show off in a second. Now on this unit, like I say, is our 32 terabyte Hyperspin build. So that is what we call our Titan drive. It has over 340 plus systems, over 100,000 plus games. And when I say 100,000 plus games, you've got a ton of next-gen titles on there, including Mortal Kombat 11, Tekken 7, we have Star Wars: The Fallen Order, Far Cry 6, Resident Evil 4, the remake, and so much more going on. So what I'll do is I'll cut away, I'll show off the artwork. So as you can see, you can have the whole control panel removed from the pedestal itself. So we do have all the trim added on the top there. We also have these little dowels sticking out of the top, and then you have your feet on the bottom there. So the unit can sit nicely on its own feet, or you can lift it up and place it back on the pedestal. The pedestal also has wheels. So then we start off down the left hand side. We have the Street Fighter 2 custom grill there. That's a fan grill on the side of the unit. Then we have that cool custom artwork going throughout with Ryu there. That nice comic book style background. And we have this red and white centered themed artwork. We have our 8-way gate switcher there, so just press of a button, it will switch the gate inside the Player 1 arcade controls. We have our custom dust covers there with the Shadow Lu logo. We have our 6-button layout for Player 3 and Player 4. We have that cool piece of artwork with Ryu in the center there, Ken, all the Street Fighter 2 characters, some extra characters in the background there. We have that nice comic book style, like I say, fading into the background. We have T-Hawk there. And then we have that trackball in the center there. We do have some USB 3.0s on the front and on both sides. We have that Capcom logo at the bottom there. If we move over to the right hand side, we have that Street Fighter 2 grill on that side. We have pinball buttons on both sides of the units, and we have our plastic trim that just finishes off these units nicely, makes them look really professional. And then we have that secondary artwork there with Dalsim as a main character on that side art with that Street Fighter 2 logo. Now then, like I say, all these images are enhanced to a ridiculous size in quality, so you won't simply find these images at this quality anywhere online. If we head around the back of the unit, we have our power button on the back there. We have our power supply, and then we have our HDMI out, and that little sensor there Just trying to keep the camera stable. So that sensor there, we grab our LED controller out. We can change the color of the LEDs. I quite like fade in, fade out, so we can have the color of the LEDs fading in, fading out. So what I'll do is I'll cut away and I'll show off some of the games and systems that's on this unit. Catch us in a second. Right then, so with this unit you do get two Xbox 360 controllers. You get a wireless keyboard and mouse, you get the LED controller, and you get the Wii controller kit. Now the customer has previously ordered a machine, so he already has the Wii controller kit, so he doesn't need it with this unit. There is the setup on the system for the gun for IR setup, so if you wish to purchase some gun for IR guns, you can go to RPEG Electronics and purchase your gun kit from there. All you need to do is send the kit to me before I build the unit, or if you have it sent to your address, I can always jump on your machine and configure it there. So we do have the 4-player controls, so if we head down to 4-player main and just load up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there.
Loading. Loading complete.
So add a couple of coins, player 1, player 2, player 3, and player 4.
This is April on the other one.
As you can see, we do have the controls for each player. So if we just press our left pinball button there and quit out, I do recommend once you start up the unit as well, you plug in your Xbox controllers. So on these units, I like to use the top ports on each side. So on the left hand side there, we've plugged in one controller. And on the right hand side, we plug in the second controller. Now the reason why we do this is just to keep the controller IDs all the same when you're playing. Also in systems like the Sony PlayStation 1, PS2, stuff like that, they all use the Xbox controllers. So it's always best to have them controllers ready to detect when you start the system. So if we head up, we do have a comic book collection as well, amongst all the hundreds of retro collections. So you can go through, you can select the comic book. Each comic book will show that it's show its cover of that book as well. So you can cycle through the different pages and read it if you're not too much bothered about playing some games that day. If we head down, we do have a Xbox collection. I think it's further down here. So right, I'd try and recharge the camera, it may go off again. So we have the Xbox games. Now the Xbox may take a few moments to load. Sometimes it takes a while to detect all the controllers as a 6 controller setup. So this is an Xbox controller game. So let's quit that. And what we'll do is we'll head to the next system. So we have Midway Classics, Midway Killer Instinct, V Unit, Wolf Unit. We have Mortal Kombat Collection. We have Mugen Collection. We do have Nintendo collections, Nintendo Entertainment System. We have Nintendo Switch on there. We have quite a large collection of N-Switch stuff. So we can load into Monopoly. On this, the player 3 and player 4 controls will work on the Switch. The Zinmo controllers that's attached to player 1, player 2 don't work with the Switch stuff. So you can use the Xbox controllers as default, 1 and 2, and the 3 and 4 controls on the arcade will work as player 3 and player 4.
Welcome to Monopoly for Nintendo Switch.
So you can add your different controllers. For your player 3, player 4 as well. So you can have up to 4 players on the Switch. You can add more Xbox controllers if you wish as well. So you can have up to, I believe, 8 players. Let's just quit that system. So there's around, I think, 300 plus Switch stuff on there. We have a Wii Light Gun collection, Wii collection, Wii U collection. We have PC Games Plus. I may have to just pause the video because I've got to do it. So we have a Hypersearch collection as well. So if we just load Hypersearch and then search G or D for God of War. So we're going to look for the new God of War. Usually leave it about 20 seconds or so, just so it checks the whole database. And when you do a search, it actually finds something. So let's do a search. So on the top left hand side you have all games, and then you can move along and then find the system you want. So I want PC Arcade Games Plus, and then I'll just go down to God of War. Load up God of War.
Loading. Loading complete.
So I'll just quit that game. I'll not get too much into the gameplay. I will at a later date show off all the game footage and stuff like that of all the games that's on the PC Plus selection and some other cool systems. But I'll leave that for a later video. I do have to get this unit finished and wrapped up for shipping. So we do have some advanced features as well on the system. So if we head down to say MAME and load up MAME. Now, if I wanted Street Fighter, I would hold left or right on the arcade stick. I would go to T. I wouldn't go to S because ST is closer to T than what S is. So let's head up. Now we can load the game up. All the arcade stuff is set with the arcade controls by default. So player 1, player 2 by default would be your arcade controls. Player 3, player 4 on this unit would be also your arcade controls. For analog systems like the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PS3, N64, stuff like that are defaulted by the Xbox controllers, player 1, player 2, and the arcade player 1, player 2 would be player 3, player 4. So let's add a couple of coins, start the game, select the character each player. And what you can do is you can press your right pinball and it'll actually pause the game. You can hold your coin button and press your A button, your first button, bottom row. That'll do a quick save. If I hold my coin button and press my X button, first button, top row, that will do a load state, so I can load from the previous state. So if you're playing a certain game and you know there's a point you get stuck on, you can always just quick save it and load it from that previous state. So you can load it as many times as you like from that state. Now, if I pause it again with the right pinball, press my coin and start button together, and we also have a cheat option, so we can put stuff like infinite time on, infinite dizzy status on and off, infinite energy, invincibility and stuff like that. You can change different characters, so games like NBA Jam.
Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real, I don't wanna feel, I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost, I feel, I'm just lost, I feel. I need time to heal, I can't steer the wheel, cause this drive it kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels, I slip off the peel, and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go.